Greetings, Internet friends. Welcome to another episode of the Synergy Café online show, featuring speaker, entertainer, close-up illusionist, and marketing alchemist, Magic Brad. It's the Internet lifestyle show about career, finance, relationships, spirituality, and wellness. We're moving the online chatter over to real-life activity. And now, please welcome your host of Synergy Café, Magic Brad.
Hey Internet friends, Magic Brad here, Synergy Café and the Synergy Collaborative. And I'm here with another friend. He's actually a northern and a neighbor friend to Minnesota because he's up in Canada, eh? And his name is Elliott Katz. Elliott, are you there?
I am. Good to be here.
Yes. So is it snowing up there yet?
No. We're in autumn here. Beautiful colors. It's like in Minnesota, I'm sure.
Same. Some people think, oh my God, Minnesota, how can you live up there? It's beautiful here, up here.
You know, I love it.
Some people, I'm telling you. Well, like I like to tell my listeners and such, that I don't do these too long because they've got their valuable time to deal with during the day, take the kids to soccer and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you got that up in Canada too.
Absolutely.
So we just want to find out who you are and what you do. And so first part is, who is Elliott? You married, you got kids, you like sports, dogs, animals, cats, got a pet lizard?
Well, no, I have two daughters. They're great. They're 24 and 26. I live in Toronto, Canada. And I'm focusing on writing. I've written a book that we're going to talk about, and writing and doing public speaking on the subject of what it means to be a man and how men can grow and learn to be men that women want and admire and respect and love.
Well, that's going to be a good topic because it's about time men kind of got together. I noticed that a lot of women are getting together. There's all sorts of women's groups and stuff, and you don't see that many of men's groups. And I think that would be good for us to get in touch with our feminine side instead of being so macho.
Well, we don't want to get in touch with our feminine side as much as that's what women. We hear people say that women actually don't like men who get in touch with their feminine side
because they want to be protected. Okay, let's shift into that. So what is it that you do? You're an author, and maybe you do coaching and things too? Or?
Yeah, exactly. I'm an author and coaching. So let me tell you my story. I was married for 10 years, then I got divorced. And like a lot of people, at first I blamed the other person. Then I came to the point of asking myself, what do I have to learn from this? And so I set out on a journey to learn what does it mean to be a man in a relationship, because I realized I was totally confused. And when I listen to other men, we're all confused. We all hear these messages about, developing our feminine side and just, yes, dear, you just do whatever she wants, and it's not working. We can't. We just think if we do it more and more, it should work, but it's not. So then I realized we're all confused. So then I started reading books on relationships, and they really didn't say anything to me. I read all these books. Then I turned to the teachings that fathers and other older male role models used to teach younger men about being a man. And I was blown away because it coincided with what I heard women say is lacking in men today. They don't show leadership, they don't make decisions, they don't take responsibility. There seems to be this giant disconnect between all the things men have been told and what women really want. And the amazing thing is, my book with the journey with my book since it came out was, women will say, yes, I want a man who shows leadership. I want a man who makes decisions. I want a man who takes responsibility. But the men will say, oh no, that's not what women want. It's not hard to convince women. They know this is what they want, but it's the men who will say to me, oh no, you don't know, you're wrong. Yes, this is what women want, believe me.
That's pretty funny because I just recently got married, and it took me a long time to do it. I got married in 2010, but I was never married before that. And I was kind of patient about it. Did some dating and stuff where you have those weird relationships where you can't figure stuff out. And then I just kind of waited till the universe delivered what I was looking for. And now I found her, and we get along really good. And I use a point method. I do good things and do, husbandly type things, and I get points for it. And when I want to, I can turn those points in for what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay.
Not physical points like that, but I just, it's a matter of, buy flowers once in a while. Have fun, be nice, be kind, and then things work. But I agree, getting too much in touch with your masculine side and too much in touch with your feminine side.
I think what it is really in the middle. Like, some men, they think they're showing they're nice, non-controlling guys if they just let the woman make all the decisions. But the women hate that. They don't want a controlling tyrant. But they don't want a man who leaves every decision to them. That's just frustrating. They feel they don't really have a man with them. But then again, they don't want someone who's like micromanaging them, controlling everything they do. No, it's in the middle. That's a healthy approach.
I'm sure it's also depending on the environment that you're in, too. That's how you'd react to certain things, so that it's good. Like, so what should we get tonight? Should we get Chinese? Should we go out for a pizza? Should we get Mexican? I don't want to decide. Okay, I'll decide. But if you don't make whatever's good. I'll tell you a quick story. I had a friend, and he was the kind of guy that says, tries to help with everything. Like, do you want a soda? Oh, sure. You want ice in it? No. Well, I can put ice in if you want. Well, I don't want any ice. Are you sure? Because it's no big trouble to put ice in it. Okay, put ice in it. Well, I don't have to put ice in it if you don't. That kind of thing. And it drove me nuts. A poor lady.
No, the super pleasers. I mean, that's it. I mean, I was once interviewed by the relationship columnist for the Wall Street Journal, and she's single. She said to me, if a man asks her out and then he expects her to plan the whole date, it's a big turnoff. She doesn't want a tyrant, but she wants a man with a plan who shows leadership, who shows his share of leadership. That's really the key. Not someone who's, oh yeah, whatever you want. Oh, how come she's so fed up with me? I'm being so nice. I'm doing whatever she wants. I'm leaving her to plan the whole vacation. Well, doesn't that make her happy? No, she wants you to take the lead. She doesn't want a controlling tyrant, but she wants you to be a leader because it makes her feel protected, and that you're a rock that she can lean on and feel protected.
Okay, I think we kind of get a gist of what you do. You help people in the relationship realm of things, specifically men, little communication stuff. So where do you do your work? Do you have an office that people come into, or do you do online stuff, or do you go speak at conventions, or where do you do your
Well,
thing?
I speak at different gatherings, a lot of singles events, but different gatherings, and that's where it's men and women together. I also speak to men's groups. Also looking to speak to women's groups to talk about how they can encourage their men to be this way. And there's a lot of the coaching I do is just meeting with people wherever we can. It's a lot of men, their marriages are in trouble. They're estranged from their kids, and they realize that they thought, well, I'm working hard, I'm bringing in the money, I'll let her run the home, and she's just so fed up with that. She, like I said, she doesn't want a tyrant, but she wants someone who comes home and is aware of what's going on in the home, sees a problem that perhaps she can't handle, steps forward, handles it.
Yeah, change that light bulb.
That way you'll be her hero. And just you reach out to your kids, like if you just think I'm earning all this money and I'm generous with my kids, and then you realize, well, the only time they come to me is to ask for money. Well, your job is to guide them and coach them and lead them.
It's like, I just bought the kid $200 pair of shoes. How come he doesn't like me? Well, you didn't take him out to play soccer.
Yeah, take them out and guide them and coach them and share the wisdom from your life experience that you learned. That's really what a child wants. A child wants to say, hey, Dad, what do you think? I'm thinking of doing this. Do you think I can do this? And you say, you know what? I know people who do this kind of work, and I see you have that ability. Well, you say that to a kid, it means everything to them.
So you do this online, and you said you also go to conventions and things?
Yeah, gatherings.
Here's a seed of thought. I'm working with some people on doing retreats and things, so maybe the idea of a couples retreat, have you come down and speak at the retreat? Wouldn't it be fun to work in Costa Rica or Tulum, Mexico?
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
Especially when the snow starts flying, right?
Absolutely. Really, I've had people say to me, the book has saved their marriage. But a lot of divorced people say, if women have said, if my husband had understood these basic truths that are in your book, we would not be divorced. And I have had men say, if I had had this book a year ago, I'd still be married. It's really the wisdom that men used to be taught, but somehow it's been lost to this generation. Just think, so many kids today, their fathers work long hours, or they're from families that are divorced. They go to school. Most of the teachers are women. They watch television. Men are portrayed as buffoons. Where's a young man to learn what it means to be a man? It's not like it was in the old days where a father was a role model to his son. It just seems to be lost today. So really, that's the point of this book, to teach those teachings that men used to be taught about being a man.
Well, I think that's an important factor, too, to have a third entity to help people with things. Like, that Dr. John Gray, I think, the Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Right.
People get that kind of thing and they read the book, but then when that book goes into their head, it's their own head that's processing stuff and there's no feedback. Whereas a third party like yourself, coaching people, that you can ask them a question and all of a sudden the light will go on and go, oh my God, I didn't realize that I could just buy flowers once a month and I'd get laid? Really? It could work that way. They didn't think that. So you got to have a third person. My wife is a coach, and it's really
Oh,
important
yeah,
to have
yeah.
someone that can play back stuff that your mind, your brain of your previous thinking is programmed to think a certain way, and it's tough to get out of that way of thinking outside the box, so to speak.
Absolutely. And a lot of times, men, I think it's true for women too. Sometimes you're in this bad situation and you just feel like a victim. So I'm a victim of my wife, I'm a victim of my kids, and you just don't have a clue what to do. So when I come along and say, no, this is what you have to do, you're estranged from your daughter, take her to her favorite restaurant, talk to her, show that you care about her, show her you're concerned about her. You know, you thought he couldn't do it, but you do it, like, hey, this works. But see, like, it's just sort of getting your mind out of that rut that you're stuck in.
Exactly, because we are pre-programmed. I mean, I just had an aha yesterday, as a matter of fact. I've refused to want to go dancing. I think it looks stupid out there when you're doing all this goofy stuff, so I never went dancing. I did it before I was married because there was I had an agenda of why I was dancing. But you're supposed to just have fun with it. Well, the other day, my wife loves to dance, so I suggested that we go and take dance lessons. Now, why did I take that leap? One, it's going to make her happy, which is going to make our relationship better. And two, I thought, if I can get past that, why is it that I am afraid to dance? That's going to take me into other places to expand my business, expand my own personal development. So that's my male justification for taking dance lessons.
That's what really life is about. It's facing those things that you thought you couldn't do, and then, all of a sudden you feel you can do it.
But I'm almost 60 years old, and I haven't figured that out yet until yesterday. So
Okay.
it needs something that I do a lot of these interviews. So the stuff that people like you say to me, it goes into my brain and it gets me thinking about other things. And all of a sudden, never thought about that. So you need some interaction. I think that's what social media is really lacking these days, is the actual engagement and interaction with people. And everybody's on their own smartphones doing this thing. And, oh yeah, I'm communicating. No, you're not. So before we get to my favorite question at the end, I'm always kind of curious, when do you like to do your work? Are you like an AM guy or a PM guy? When's your optimal time?
Well, I used to be do a lot of stuff at night. Like literally, I would be working until I fell asleep in my chair at the computer. But I recently retired, so now I can keep more regular hours. And I like to get up early in the morning. I think my brain is sharp. I'll get up like 4:30 or 5, and do the most difficult things at that hour, because I think my brain is sharpest. I can, like if I got to write something or do something that takes a lot of thinking, and nobody disturbs me. So I like to get up very early, which means I go to sleep fairly early as well.
I do too. I'm up at 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, and go to bed when the sun sets, because once it's done, I'm tired. So maybe we'll do another one of these at 3 o'clock in the morning. You up for that?
Okay, for sure.
So here's my favorite and final question, then we'll close this thing off and let people get back to their lives. The big why question. Why is it that you chose to do this relationship thing, and why aren't you like an executive chef at a restaurant or a taxi driver or a ski instructor?
Well, I just thought so. I mean, I'm sure, like you, I've seen so many marriages that have fallen apart. Of good people. Both the husband and wife were good people, and so many children ending up, from divorced families, and so many children who've lost their fathers in divorce. It's just a tragedy. And I think, I really, a lot of those breakups were really not necessary if someone would have said, this is what you need to do to improve your situation. There's so many people doing counseling, and there's so many books, but so, like, I went through it all, like nothing helped. And I realized this are the insights that would have made a big difference. Like, stop looking for the other person to change yourself. Want to improve your world? You improve your relationship, change yourself, and become a man, and take responsibility. And I just felt, and I want to make a difference, and this can make a big difference, especially when you see children who are, they lose their fathers. It's such a tragedy. So that's my goal, to make a difference in the world by helping men learn to be men and improve their relationships and save their marriages and prevent kids from being from divorced families.
Okay, that's very common, that people want to help the other people and pay it forward. That's what I get. 99.9% of the people that I talk on this, very rarely do they say, I'm doing it because it pays good. They're doing it because they love to help people, and that's
Yeah, it makes a difference. It's very rewarding. So, Brad, let me show you my book. It's
sure.
here it is, Being the Strong Man a Woman Wants, Timeless Wisdom on Being a Man. And it's available on Amazon, both as a paperback and ebook, and on iBooks and Kobo. And it's available in bookstores. If they're sold out, just ask them; they'll order it for you, get it to you pretty quickly. And I'm always welcome to hear from people who read the book and any thoughts and comments, any questions. Really, it's great to hear back from people who have read the book.
Perfect. And then I will also include some links and stuff. If you want to provide those links with me, I put those on this video and I put it up to YouTube and then propagate it out on blogs. So it's all about getting the links out there to the world, to the people that need to hear it.
Okay, excellent.
So Elliott, appreciate you taking the time. Enjoy
Okay.
the rest of your day. If you want to stay on, we can chat a little bit, but that's what the Synergy Collaborative is all about, is collaborating in synergy. So
Okay.
peace,
Great.
love, and happiness. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.